I'm gonna wake up and get out of the house probably by 7 o'clock. I want to take my daughter to go vote with me, which is a little tradition we started. She's 19 months old, and so we're gonna go to the polling place together. All right, looking for a ballot. Okay, these are the two, huh? You're so good at saying no. I want her to help me, though. This is what I've actually been thinking about for a while. Hey, what's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? Look at this. What this amendment presents is the possibility that those at the bottom of the economic ladder, those that are poor, those who are elderly, those who are students, those who have just been foreclosed on, those people lose the right to vote. That's what this is designed to do. This amendment, this hurts people. I mean, this stands in the way of people who most need our government and corporations to be accountable. This silences them. In May 2011, support for voter ID was at 80%. I'm going to get to the office here in St. Paul by 8 o'clock, which is when we're going to have volunteers start coming in the door. We have the capacity to have about 90 or so volunteers on the phones, so we expect to be full up around 8 o'clock, 8:30 tomorrow morning.
The more people look at this amendment, the less they like it. It would cost $50 million. It's an unfunded mandate. Unlike other states that have a photo ID requirement, the version we're voting on today makes no provisions to protect the votes of seniors voting from nursing homes or members of the military voting overseas.
9 o'clock, we've got Josie Johnson, who's this remarkable civil rights leader in the state. She's going to be coming in to thank volunteers.
I've talked to these 90-year-olds who I think have been here forever and grew up speaking German. Right. Yeah. She hadn't heard about it. But she said she knows people who don't have current driver's licenses. Yeah. Thank you for all your work on this.
Well, thank you.
And then Congressman Keith Ellison is stopping by at that same time, and Keith's going to hang around and make some phone calls.
Congressman.
You know, those other guys, one of the reasons they're doing the photo ID thing or the voter restriction is because they want to curtail turnout in the electorate. And so we need the opposite.
He's definitely been one of the leaders on this campaign from the very get-go.
Well, the truth is that this thing doesn't happen without volunteers. It's all about you guys. Passionate citizens.
Yeah, come over here.
Yeah.
What motivated you to come on down here?
You on the phone.
I know you're a busy young lady. I'm sure you got a lot of things to do. What made you give up your time to spend it here?
I was just, I always had this interest in social justice, and then I'm only 17, so I can't vote this election.
17?
But I was just really excited that I'm on the brink of being able to vote and becoming, a voting citizen. So then when I heard about this amendment, I was just really upset because it seemed to me like it was restricting other people's ability to vote.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Right.
Come on.
And it's aimed at your age group.
What she's not telling you is it's because of Sophia that we've been able to have more than 40 volunteers phoning over there, because she opened up the school for us.
Way to go.
So we doubled what we're doing because of what Sophia was able to pull together. I'm probably going to go to the north side of Minneapolis, which is a predominantly African-American part of town. Both of you vote in the same place?
They said, the guy was like, he's like, I've never seen this many people come out to vote here in this area.
That is good for us. We've got a phone bank up there with a whole crew of folks, many of whom we work with on issues of employment and criminal justice.
So the phone bank is going.
There.
We're rallying staff to see how we can get them mobilized and volunteering today. And so, but the phone bank is going. So if you want to make some,
I can jump in there.
You can just jump right in. The other thing we're doing is we're phone banking. So what I found out over the weekend was that your computers here at Emerge, the laptops work great, The ones you guys have at your desk don't work so great for the robo dialer, the automatic dialer. But if you want to do phone calls, we would love you to. I can train you on a script. I can get you on the phone. I can teach you how to do it. All you got to do is just let me know, and I'll show you how to do it from your desk.
We're all calling different lists of voters.
Okay, so that's what they're looking at.
Yeah, and it's a system. It's actually an online system that calls the voters for you. So instead of like having to punch in numbers, right? It basically is just sending you live people. So you just, I mean, when it's working its best, you're just talking to people.
Oh, okay.
So it's called a predictive dialer. Hey, I've got a voter who needs a ride to the polls. Can I give you her information and arrange it? I'll be back to the office here by about 1 o'clock. Governor Mark Dayton is going to be stopping by to thank volunteers. And
we're going to stand up and say, no, we're not going to let somebody rig the election. We're not going to let somebody pretend to be one thing and then take away the basic rights that people have.
That's right.
Basic fundamental
That's
rights
right.
to vote. I vetoed this legislation in 2011. And
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Governor, has been really solid. He's been a leader on this issue to defeat the voter restriction amendment. Probably from there, I'll go to another phone bank site on the east side of St. Paul, where leaders and organizers in the Hmong community are running a phone bank and door knocks out of the Carpenters Union Hall over there. So I'll probably stop by there. How about that? Oh, that was so lame. Oh my God.
Personally for me, it's very much going to impact how my community participates in the democratic process. And it's already hard enough as it is to get a lot of my community members, Hmong voters, to get to the polls, to understand what's happening, to mark as they want to mark ballots. And the photo ID amendment, or voter restriction amendment, would make it pretty much nearly impossible for a lot of folks to vote.
And so to allow the forces of division and to allow a politics that shuts some people out and lets some people in the state where I've made my home is not something I'm going to allow.
By 8 o'clock, the polls close.
So, right this very moment, there's one of these. Why do we do these calls up until 7:55? Because that is how these kinds of elections are won. At this very minute, Liz talked on the phone to a woman who was vomiting in her high-rise. The polling place was at the bottom of the elevator. She said, I cannot leave my apartment. We called an election lawyer who said, you know what, if she was disabled in a car in the parking lot, they'd have to take a ballot out to her. She's disabled in an apartment, they have to take a ballot to her. Liz sent her neighbor from Northeast to this high-rise. An election judge right now is taking a ballot up to this woman's apartment.
That was amazing.
Well, there's nothing more we can do.
Here are the numbers from today.
It's a nice start.
Jake, this is today, right?
This is the whole day, yes.
The whole day, out of this office, 83,237 dials. 8,292 contacts.
Wow.
6,559 persuasion conversations. Okay, it doesn't end today.
So take a minute and just look the people in the circle in the eye. Before we know the returns, to just acknowledge what we've all just done, right? We've done something great already. We have done something great, something that this state will stand on for a long time. And each and every one of us contributed to that. So thank you for being a part of that. Thank you for putting yourselves into it. We'll head over to the River Center, which is in downtown St. Paul, and watch the results come in. This has national significance. In the same way that those who are opposed to gay marriage first passed defensive marriage laws and then went back and amended state constitutions, people who are trying to restrict the vote are looking at Minnesota and seeing if they can do the same thing. can they start embedding voter restriction in state constitutions. And if we can beat these odds tomorrow, we will have seriously pushed back. We will have stopped that effort that's been sweeping the nation in the last 2 years.
But we're not home yet, and no one has called this race yet. So we're hanging on. We're hanging on. We're not going anywhere. All right. Talk amongst friends, throw around some high fives, feel good about what we've done so far.
All this capacity that we've just built up, right? All these organizations, organizing all these people, right? We've organized 3,200 volunteers in the last few months. That's the foundation to move this state in a different direction, right? That doesn't go away after Election Day.
Look at what just happened. A year and a half ago, 80% of Minnesotans said they supported a voter ID. Headline in MinPost read, "Slam dunk, Minnesotans love photo ID." Do we love photo ID? No! Tonight, Minnesota dealt a punishing blow to a national movement to restrict the right to vote. We did that. We did that here in Minnesota. This victory belongs to everyone in this room and thousands of others all across this state. Everyone who talked to a voter, who took a sign, who told the truth, we own this. Turn to your neighbor and give him a high five, because that's what we did.
Hi, I'm Robert Easley, producer of this segment. Me and cameraman Tony Peltier wish you guys the best because this has been the best and greatest assignment that we've had. Hope you guys well. Wish the country well. Thank you. Over and out.